Welcome to the deep dive. We take complex topics, sift through the source material, and really try to get to the core of what you need to understand.
And today, we're tackling a big one, money.
Yeah, it's a subject that, let's be honest, makes a lot of people shift uncomfortably in their seats.
It really does. And, the source material we're looking at today dives right into that discomfort. It suggests we often treat money like it's, well, a dirty word.
That's such a strong phrase, dirty word. And this aversion, this cultural awkwardness around wealth is apparently the very first hurdle this program wants us to overcome.
Precisely. It sets the stage for a pretty radical idea right from the get-go.
Which is?
That money isn't just about budgets or investments, the practical stuff. Fundamentally, it argues, money is a direct mirror.
A mirror. Of what?
Of your self-value, how much you value yourself, and crucially, the value you believe you bring to others, to the world.
Okay, that's already a huge concept. So the source material we're basing this deep dive on.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Right. It's a very structured, quite intensive 21-day program. Its entire aim is to fundamentally transform your financial reality.
21 days. That sounds intense.
It is, and the core belief driving the whole thing is, well, it's provocative. It basically says, the money you want. It's already out there, existing in potential.
So it's available.
Yes. And the only thing stopping you, the only thing preventing you from being rich is you.
Wow. Okay. That's taking full responsibility, isn't it? I mean, that's tough to hear when maybe you've just lost your job or the economy's rough.
Absolutely. It challenges that external blame. And that's why we need to break this down carefully today.
So what's our plan? How are we going to navigate this?
We have to start with the foundations. First, we'll unpack the theory behind it, law of attraction, how it connects to things like quantum physics, building that energetic case.
The why it supposedly works.
Exactly. Then we move into the psychology, identifying those hidden roadblocks, the unconscious thoughts that might be tripping you up without you even knowing it.
And finally,
The practical stuff, the step-by-step exercises, both mental and physical, that the program lays out. The how-to guide for taking charge and becoming what it calls a money magnet.
a money magnet. I like the sound of that. Okay, let's start where the program starts. Day 1 into the foundational science. So day 1 kicks off with the law of attraction. We've all kind of heard of it, maybe from The Secret or other places. How does the source define it? And why is it so central to money?
Well, it frames it not just as like a nice idea or a philosophy. It defines it as a fundamental, unavoidable law of the universe. Like gravity, you can't opt out.
Like gravity.
Okay.
And the core principle.
It's incredibly simple. Like attracts like. Whatever energy, whatever vibration you're putting out, you attract more of the same back.
So if I'm constantly stressed about bills,
You attract more situations that create stress about bills. It becomes a cycle. Conversely, if you genuinely feel abundant and grateful, even for small things.
you attract more experiences that give you reasons to feel grateful and abundant.
Precisely. The source uses the example of wealth itself. People who have money often find it easier to attract more, right? While those who are struggling can feel like they're just spiraling further down, it's that vibration creating a feedback loop.
Okay, so we're all magnets already then, just maybe attracting the wrong things.
That's exactly the point. You are a magnet right now. You're attracting whatever you consistently think about. And here's the kicker. It includes what you think about unconsciously.
So I might say I want success, but if deep down I'm worried sick about failing.
That worry, that fear, that's likely the dominant vibration you're sending out. And that's what shapes your results, often overriding your conscious desires.
So the goal isn't just picturing cash, it's deeper. It's about changing your internal state, your feelings.
Absolutely. To attract wealth, the program insists your conscious and unconscious thoughts and feelings need to align with the belief that money is, well, easily attracted, that you're worthy of it.
And this is where people often get stuck, isn't it? Focusing too much on the how. Like, how am I going to win the lottery? Or how will I get that specific promotion?
Exactly. Focusing on the how often comes from a place of lack. It emphasizes what you don't have. The program says forget the how. Focus instead on feeling wealthy inside.
Feeling wealthy even if the bank account doesn't match yet.
Yes. Cultivating high self-esteem, self-love, a feeling of inherent worthiness, that internal feeling, that vibration, is what does the attracting. The how then takes care of itself, often in unexpected ways.
That makes a lot of sense, because if you're trying to visualize winning the lottery, but your core belief is, I never win anything, that belief is probably way stronger energetically.
Much stronger.
Now, the program jumps pretty quickly from this law of attraction idea to Quantum physics. Why the leap? That feels like a big shift.
It does, but it's strategic. It's bringing in science to support the idea that thoughts aren't just abstract things floating around in your head. They have energy.
Based on Einstein, right? EMC and Tuman.
Energy and mass are interchangeable. Exactly. Quantum physics tells us that everything, absolutely everything, the chair you're sitting on, the microphone, us, it's all fundamentally energy vibrating at different frequencies.
So things that look solid are just really slow vibrations.
In essence, yes. Very low frequency vibrations.
Mm.
And if the physical world is energy, then our thoughts, which are generated by our energetic brain and body.
Must also be energy. Energetic packets or threads, as the source calls them.
Precisely. We are energetic beings. The source points to things like Kirlian photography, those images that supposedly show the aura or energy field around people as visual evidence.
Or even just our everyday experiences, right? That gut feeling about someone or walking into a room and sensing tension.
Absolutely. You're sensing energy frequencies. The program argues that synchronicity, thinking of someone just before they call, or finding the perfect, obscure gift you were looking for, isn't just coincidence.
It's the thought creating an energetic imprint.
An imprint in space, yes. Setting up the conditions for that connection or event to manifest physically. We're all interconnected energetically.
This leads into day 2, which gets even deeper into interconnectedness and how we create reality. It mentions concepts like the zero-point field or formless original substance.
Yeah, different terms, but pointing to the same idea. We exist within this vast field of potential, this soup of possibilities. The universe isn't fixed, it's constantly in flux, waiting for consciousness to engage with it.
And here's the really mind-bending part. The idea that nothing really exists independently until we observe it. Our consciousness brings reality into being.
That's the leap the program asks you to take, based on interpretations of quantum experiments. It means essentially that minute by minute, you are actively creating your own reality through your perception, your focus, your energy.
Which leads directly to no more blaming.
Exactly. No more victim trap. If you're creating your reality, then blaming the recession, your boss, your upbringing, your ex, it's futile. You're giving away your creative power.
You might get sympathy, but you lose control.
You lose your power. True mastery, according to this program, starts the moment you accept full responsibility. Whatever your current reality, good, bad, or ugly, it's a reflection of the energy you've been consistently radiating.
Okay, that shifts everything inwards. But we keep bumping up against that big problem you mentioned earlier, the unconscious mind.
Yes, it's the elephant in the room. The program highlights that something like 80%, maybe even more, of our thoughts are unconscious, running on autopilot based on past programming.
So I can consciously affirm, I want to be wealthy all day long.
But if your subconscious is running old tapes like rich people are greedy, or wanting money is unspiritual, or even being rich means people will try to take advantage of me.
It'll sabotage my efforts to protect me.
Precisely. The subconscious prioritizes safety and familiarity based on its programming. If it associates wealth with danger or negative consequences, it will find ways to keep you in your financial comfort zone, even if that zone is one of lack.
So before any fancy manifestation techniques can work, you absolutely have to dig into those unconscious beliefs.
You have to. You need to bring them into the light. Otherwise, you're just spinning your wheels.
Okay, so the mission is clear. Uncover the hidden subconscious beliefs about money. How does the program guide us to do that? Day 3 seems to get emotional.
Very emotional. Because money is never just about numbers. It's loaded with feelings. We might rationalize wanting wealth, but deep down, there could be fear. Fear of jealousy, fear of losing friends, fear of becoming someone we don't like. That classic poor and spiritual versus rich and selfish dilemma.
So how do we get past the rational mind to those deeper feelings?
The program introduces a really interesting exercise called touching the money. It's contemplative. You need quiet time, and you physically hold a banknote.
Hold actual cash. Why the physical touch?
The idea is to create a direct energetic link. Connect the energy of money to your body's energy, bypassing the logical brain and tapping into perhaps the heart's wisdom or the subconscious storage.
Okay, so you're holding the money. Then what?
You ask it 4 specific questions. And the key is, you have to write down the very first answer that pops into your head. No filtering, no judging, even if it sounds weird.
What are the questions again? They sound almost like you're interviewing the money.
Kind of. Question 1, money. How do I really feel about you? Question 2, money. How do I treat you? Question 3, money. How can I have more of you? And finally, question 4, what else would you like to tell me? money.
And the speed is crucial, you said. No overthinking.
Zero overthinking. That first flash is often the unfiltered truth from your subconscious. The source gives an example where the answer to "how do I treat you" was something like carelessly sometimes, boastful other times, too trusting. That reveals a lot, doesn't it? Underlying insecurities or maybe recklessness.
Yeah, it bypasses the polite answers we'd normally give. Okay, so that's digging into personal feelings. What about day 4?
Day 4 shifts focus to the beliefs we learned from outside. Parents, teachers, society, those common sayings about money. This is the money beliefs exercise.
How does that work?
You just rapidly jot down every single phrase, assumption, or lesson about money you can remember hearing or absorbing. Then you sort them into two piles: positive beliefs and negative beliefs.
Okay, and I guess for many people, the negative pile might be quite a bit bigger.
Often, yes.
Yeah.
And seeing that visually is powerful. It's concrete proof of the limiting frequency you might be vibrating at. We soak up so much negativity around money without even realizing it.
Like what kind of things? Give us some common examples.
Oh, the classics. Money doesn't grow on trees, implying it's scarce and hard to get. Money is the root of all evil, equating wealth with immorality. You have to work hard to be rich. Suggesting ease is impossible. Success must be a grind.
Or religious ones, like the camel through the eye of a needle one.
Exactly. These aren't just phrases. They become deeply embedded instructions for our subconscious, creating invisible fences we keep running into financially. They absolutely have to be identified and consciously challenged.
Makes sense. Now, the program also mentions something called the lottery trap around this point. What's that about?
It's a warning against just wanting money for money's sake. That desire itself can come from a place of lack. There's an exercise, make your own lottery list, but its value isn't just dreaming about spending.
What's the real purpose then?
It's a tool to discover your why. Why do you actually want to be a money magnet? What bigger vision will the money help you achieve? How will it empower you? How might it benefit others? That vision, that purpose, is the real magnetic force, not just the wish for a pile of cash.
That clarity of purpose seems like a perfect lead-in to day 5, which you said gets to the absolute heart of the program, self-value.
Yes, day 5 lays it out very bluntly. The amount of money you currently have or consistently attract is in direct proportion to how much you value yourself.
Directly proportional. Wow.
And linked to that, the value you believe you provide in exchange for that money.
So if I don't really truly value myself deep down, I won't feel worthy of receiving abundance no matter what I do externally.
Essentially, yes. You'll unconsciously block it or sabotage it. So the next step is uncovering the specific beliefs that signal low self-worth in relation to money.
How do you do that? More lists.
More lists, but very revealing ones. First, list the perceived benefits of having little money.
Benefits of being poor. Like what?
Things like fewer taxes, feeling more spiritual or humble, getting sympathy, people giving you things, less responsibility, staying safe from jealousy.
Okay, I can see how those could be unconscious payoffs. And the flip side?
List the perceived problems with having lots of money. Fear of losing friends, fear of becoming greedy, attracting unwanted attention, the burden of managing it, losing your purpose, maybe guilt. These lists expose your subconscious fears around success and abundance.
If you secretly believe poverty keeps you safe or makes you a better person, your subconscious will work hard to keep you there.
Absolutely. But the program reveals the single most common limiting belief unearthed in workshops, the one that underlies almost everything else.
What is it?
It's painfully simple and incredibly widespread. I am not good enough.
Just that. I'm not good enough.
That core feeling of inadequacy. It acts like a massive dimmer switch on your money vibration. The program argues that addressing and healing that fundamental sense of unworthiness is the absolute key. Until you do, everything else is just rearranging deck chairs.
Okay, so we've dug deep, uncovered the potential blocks, the lack of self-worth. Now the program seems to shift gears towards practical, tangible actions. Day Seam is about facing the music financially.
Exactly. Radical responsibility means looking squarely at your current situation. You can't attract more if you're willfully ignorant about where you stand right now. The act of assessment itself starts to shift your energy from avoidance to clarity.
So what's the first step?
The My Money Bank list. You list everything you own financially: current accounts, savings, investments, property equity, even money people owe you.
Do you estimate first?
Yes, first estimate, then, and this is crucial, go and check the actual accurate figures. No guessing. The source tells a great story about the author doing this and finding a significant chunk of money in premium bonds she'd completely forgotten about.
Huh. So just looking can uncover hidden treasure sometimes.
It happens more often than you'd think. Taking inventory brings things to light. And immediately after that, you do the opposite exercise,
Hmm.
the I attract money list.
What's that one for?
This consciously trains your brain to see abundance, not lack. You list every single source of income or value that comes your way, not just your salary.
Like what? Gifts, tips.
Gifts, tips, finding cash on the street, loyalty card points redeemed, selling something on eBay, getting a refund, even finding a forgotten fiver in a coat pocket. It rewires your brain to notice that money is flowing to you in many ways.
Okay. Building awareness of assets and inflow. But what about the outflow? Specifically, debt.
Ah, yes. Debt is flagged as a major drain on magnetic energies. Think of it like a bucket with holes. The interest payments are constantly leaking your energy and resources.
And the program distinguishes between borrowing consciously and, what was it? Pretend money.
Yeah, pretend money. That feeling you get using credit cards where it doesn't feel like real money leaving your pocket until the bill lands. That disconnect, that lack of immediate consequence, weakens your respect for money and your financial vibration.
So what's the action plan for dealing with debt, according to this?
It's straightforward but requires discipline. Pay off credit cards in full each month if possible. Always pay more than the minimum. Focus on clearing the highest interest debt first. And crucially, try spending a week using only physical cash.
Only cash. Why?
To reconnect with the actual feeling of money leaving your hands, to feel the value and the effort it represents, it rebuilds that respect.
Okay, makes sense. Day 7 moves on to spending, but with a wealthy mindset, which surprisingly isn't about reckless spending, is it?
Not at all. It's about being smart and respectful of resources. The program notes that truly wealthy people often count the pennies and let the pounds look after themselves. They value efficiency.
Like that anecdote about Duncan Bannatyne collecting used paper clips.
Exactly. It's not about being cheap. It's about eliminating waste and respecting value. That mindset informs the spending creatively exercise.
How does that one work?
You track your spending for a week or so, categorizing it bills, food, entertainment, etc. Then for each category, you brainstorm creative ways to get the same benefit or enjoyment, but for less money, or even for free.
Example.
Using the library instead of buying every book, planning meals to reduce food waste and impulse buys at the supermarket. Setting clear goals before signing up for expensive seminars. Will this actually move me forward? It's about conscious, creative consumption.
And day 7 also loops back to the importance of having a clear vision, doesn't it? Not just a vague wish for more money.
Absolutely critical. You need specifics. Write down the exact amount of money you intend to attract and by what date.
Why so specific?
Because specificity signals commitment to your subconscious and to the universe. A vague wish is just a wish. A clear vision, especially one that includes how this wealth will serve you and others and help you grow as a person that has magnetic power. Otherwise, it might just be an ambition you picked up from someone else.
Right, it has to be your vision.
Okay.
So we're getting clear, taking stock. Day 8 introduces something intriguing, the power of ceremony. Why ceremony?
Because dramatic change often requires dramatic action. Our brains love the comfort zone. They resist big shifts. Ceremony, using intention, ritual, symbolic actions, worked on both the conscious and unconscious levels to push past that resistance.
How does it do that?
It signals a clear break from the past. It tells your deeper mind, okay, we're serious about this change now. It helps shift your energetic vibration in a memorable, impactful way.
So this isn't just about big one-off ceremonies. It includes daily rituals, too.
Yes, building small rituals around money shows respect, like setting aside a specific calm time to pay bills, using a nice pen, taking a moment to feel grateful you can pay them, acknowledging the flow.
And the more dramatic ceremonies.
Those are often about releasing old, limiting beliefs. The source describes workshop participants writing down beliefs like, I'm not good enough, and then symbolically destroying them, burning the paper, or releasing it into a river. The physical act creates psychological closure.
That symbolic release connects directly to day 9, which is all about intentionally breaking old patterns, making a conscious jolt to your energy.
Exactly. You need to interrupt the habitual energetic state. This could be something like space clearing using sage smoke, like in Feng Shui, to literally shift the energy in your home or workspace.
Or it could be something more personal and radical, like that amazing story about the house investment disaster.
Well, the poor me to lucky me shift.
Yeah.
That's such a powerful example. The author was stuck in victim mode over this difficult property situation, and the more she focused on the problems, the more money seemed to drain away.
So what does she do? What was the radical ceremony?
She was getting new carpets fitted,
Yeah.
The day before they arrived, she went into the empty house and painted positive words directly onto the wooden stairs that would soon be covered words like welcome, joy, peace, abundance.
Wow. Okay.
And then she added the names of everyone who had helped her, even people who had caused problems initially, reframing their role as part of her journey to owning the home. It was an act of radical gratitude and shifting focus from lack to abundance.
And the results were immediate.
Almost instantaneous. The very next day, things started happening. An old boyfriend called wanting to reconnect. The gas man asked her out. The carpet fitters gave her the most expensive underlay for free. And she had this sudden epiphany. Despite the difficulties, she was living mortgage-free. She wasn't poor me. She was incredibly lucky me.
Oh, that's incredible. It shows how dramatically shifting your internal state and taking symbolic action can change the energy and attract different results almost overnight.
It's a perfect illustration of the principle. Change your vibration, change your reality.
Okay, moving into the more advanced techniques. Day 10 really emphasizes the difference between just wishing for something and setting a powerful intention. How does the program define that difference?
A wish is vague, passive. I hope I get more money. An intention is active, specific, and committed. It carries the energy of, I know this can happen, or even this is happening. It needs a clear target and often a time frame.
It requires stretching your belief system, right? That's where the stretching the possibilities exercise comes in.
Exactly. It's designed to expand your mental container for wealth. You take your desired financial goal, say $50,000. First, multiply it by 10, $500,000.
Which probably feels completely impossible, uncomfortable.
Right. It stretches your mind way out of its comfort zone. Then you immediately scale back and just double the original goal, $100,000. Suddenly, after contemplating the 10x amount, the 2x feels
much more achievable, plausible.
Exactly. Your mind has been stretched, and like a muscle, it doesn't quite snap back to its original limitation. You've expanded your perceived possibility.
This links directly to the power of expectation, doesn't it? Like that story of the salesperson spending their bonus before they even got it.
Yes. That person didn't just hope for the bonus. They expected it with 100% certainty. Their intention was so clear, their belief so solid, that they acted as if it were already a done deal. And that expectation helped manifest the reality. It's the difference between hoping and knowing.
You shared a really compelling personal story about this with a severance package.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
I was ready to leave a job, but I needed a specific financial cushion to make the leap comfortably. I set a very clear, very firm intention. I would leave with exactly $45,000. No negotiation in my mind, just that figure.
And you didn't focus on the how. You didn't try to force it.
I just held the intention, felt the certainty, acted as if it was settled. Came back from a holiday, my boss called me in, said they valued me but understood I might want to move on, and asked, what would it take for you to leave? I stated the figure $45,000, and he agreed on the spot.
Wow. The specificity and the expectation just lined everything up.
It really felt like that. And the program shares other examples. Molly writing herself a check for $300,000 from a specific bank, visualizing it and earning it over the next couple of years. Or Joanna finding $600 she didn't know she had while clearing her room in anticipation of having the money to redecorate. Acting as if.
That acting as if links to day 11, which is about visualization and the power of your environment.
Right. Your surroundings are constantly feeding information to your subconscious. They're shaping your reality whether you're paying attention or not.
Like the story of Hannah and her husband trying to sell their house.
Perfect example.
Yeah.
They were struggling to sell, and the program suggested looking at their artwork. Turns out, they had these rather depressing pictures depicting poverty hanging on the walls. Unconsciously, they were broadcasting an energy of lack and struggle.
And when they took the pictures down,
the whole energy of the house shifted, and they got an offer soon after. It sounds almost too simple, but the subconscious picks up on those cues.
Which is why vision boards are recommended.
Exactly. Vision boards are a practical tool for programming your subconscious. You gather images of what you want to be, do, or have the experiences, the feelings, the items, and you put them somewhere you'll see them every day.
Like Mitch, the agent, whose vision board had pictures of the Bahamas and a specific cruise line.
And then, out of the blue, he gets offered a free work trip that includes exactly those things. His subconscious was primed to recognize and accept that opportunity when it appeared.
Okay, so intention, expectation, visualization. Day 12 shifts to language and behavior. Vibrating as a wealthy person.
Yes, this is about embodiment. To be a money magnet, you need to think, feel, speak, and act as if you already are one. It requires an honest look at your current behaviors.
A behavior audit. What kind of things are scarcity behaviors?
Things like always automatically taking the cheapest option without considering value, feeling resentful or jealous when others succeed financially, constantly complaining about lack of money, or even subtly boasting about getting bargains.
Why is boasting about bargains a scarcity sign? Seems like being smart.
It can be smart, but often the energy behind boasting about a bargain comes from a place of lack, trying to prove you're clever despite not having much, rather than from a place of confident, easy abundance.
Ah, okay. So what's the alternative? The wealthy mindset behavior.
Confidence, trusting your judgment, valuing your time, and the key principle here is accept the going price.
Tell us about that, the cruise story.
Right. The author and her friend got a discount on a cruise cabin, felt good, but then heard others paid even less and started feeling resentful. Their coach told them to shift their energy, accept the price they paid, be grateful for the value, stop focusing on the perceived unfairness.
And what happened when they shifted their mindset?
The moment they consciously let go of the resentment and embraced accept the going price, they were unexpectedly upgraded to VIP status, a huge upgrade worth thousands, with private sessions and perks. The universe responded to their shift from lack to acceptance and abundance.
That's powerful. So a practical tool for shifting language is accentuate the positive.
Yes, you literally write down a negative limiting statement. You catch yourself thinking or saying like, I can't afford that. Then you physically cross it out.
Cross it right out.
Yep. Signal to your subconscious it's no longer valid. Then you replace it with a positive, empowering alternative. I can't afford that book becomes I choose to use the library's abundant resources right now, or I'm creating the funds for that book.
Okay, reprogramming the language patterns. This leads into day 13 affirmations and the big one, the be, do, have principle.
Right. Day 13 starts by reinforcing that your thoughts impact others too. Like the author thinking positively about her partner's helpfulness and he spontaneously cleans the oven, your positive energy radiates outwards.
And then affirmations. Simple, positive statements repeated to reprogram the subconscious.
Exactly. I am a money magnet. I am happy, healthy, and wealthy. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. Things like that. But there are guidelines.
What are they?
Keep them personal. I am. Keep them positive. State what you want, not what you don't want. Keep them simple and in the present tense. And crucially, make them credible to your subconscious. Meaning, if you're deeply in debt, affirming I am a billionaire might just trigger disbelief. Start with something believable like I am becoming more prosperous every day, or I am open and ready to receive more wealth. Then you can gradually step it up as your belief changes.
Okay, start where you are. And this all culminates in the be, do, have principle, which flips the usual way of thinking.
Completely flips it. Most people operate on have, do, be. When I have the money, then I will do the things wealthy people do, like donate, invest, relax, and then I will finally be happy, confident, generous.
Yeah, that sounds familiar. Waiting for the external circumstances to change first.
But the magnetic process, the law of attraction, works the other way around. Be, do, have. You must first be the person you want to become. Embody the state of being.
So be generous now, even in small ways. Be confident now. Be grateful now.
Exactly. Embody the feeling and attitude of the wealthy, abundant person you aspire to be right now, regardless of your current bank balance. From that state of being, you will naturally start to do the things that person does, make different decisions, act on opportunities, and as a result, you will inevitably have what that person has.
Be, do, have. Not have, do, be. That's a fundamental shift in approach.
It's perhaps the single most important operational principle in the entire program. Start with being.
Right, so we've worked on the internal state, beliefs, feelings, language. Now the program shifts to creating space for this new reality. Day 14 tackles physical clutter. Why is clutter such a big deal for money?
Because clutter represents stuck, stagnant energy. And since money is energy, according to this model, if your physical environment is clogged and stagnant, your financial flow will likely be too.
That makes intuitive sense. People with really cluttered homes often seem tired or overwhelmed, right?
Exactly. The clutter literally drains their energy. The program uses a feng shui definition. Clutter is anything you don't love, don't use, or isn't kept in an orderly way. And it especially emphasizes clearing bedroom clutter.
Why the bedroom specifically?
Because that's where you rest and integrate. Sleeping in a cluttered space bombards your subconscious with messages of chaos, incompletion, and overwhelm right before and during sleep, which is a key time for subconscious processing.
Okay, so clearing clutter is important. How do you make sure you actually do it? It can feel overwhelming.
The program suggests the clutter clearing contract. You get serious about it. You list the specific areas of clutter, outline the steps you'll take to clear them, and then you sign and date it, like a formal agreement with yourself.
Like making a promise. Does having a witness help?
Ideally, yes. It adds accountability and signals to your subconscious, this is real, we're doing this. It moves it from a vague intention to a committed plan.
And the underlying principle here is void filling.
Yes. Nature abhors a vacuum. When you clear out physical space, the clutter, you create a void. The laws of physics and energy mean that void must be filled with something.
So you want to make sure it's filled with good stuff.
Exactly. By clearing the clutter with the specific intention of making space for wealth and abundance, you direct the energy. You're telling the universe, okay, I've made room, now fill this space with prosperity, rather than just letting it fill up with more random stuff or negative energy.
Clearing the decks for abundance. Okay. Day 15 extends this idea beyond physical stuff to mental and time clutter. What falls into that category?
Oh, so much. Energy vampires, those draining friendships, or long, pointless phone calls. Mindless TV watching, especially news cycles focused on disaster and poverty. Internal chatter like worry, guilt, resentment, holding grudges. And of course, the overwhelming endless to-do list.
That feeling of having a million things buzzing around in your head. How do you tackle that?
Two main tools. First, the daily time audit. Track your time honestly for a week. Where does it actually go? Work, chores, family, fitness, scrolling online. Seeing it laid out helps you identify time-wasting activities and reallocate time towards your actual goals.
And the to-do list, how do you stop it from being overwhelming?
The to-do list overhaul. Yes, write everything down initially to get it out of your head, but then each day, choose only the top 3 priorities.
Just 3?
Just 3. And these 3 tasks must be things that actively move you closer to your financial goals, your vision, or directly attract money. It forces focus on what truly matters instead of just busy work.
Ruthless prioritization. Okay, that makes sense. Now, day 16 introduces what sounds like the ultimate path to wealth, following your passion.
Yes, this is presented as the master route. Attracting money just through focused intention can work, but the program suggests it might be temporary unless you align with your deeper purpose. Sustained, joyful wealth often comes when you're operating in your flow state, doing what you love. Money then becomes almost a natural byproduct.
This sounds like addressing that midlife crisis feeling some people get, where they realize they're in a career chosen for security, not passion.
Exactly, the play it safe trap. The program urges you to listen to that authentic inner voice calling you back to what truly excites you. It uses the example of Rachel, who finally started pursuing her lifelong dream of singing in her 60s after years of regret. It's never too late to align.
But isn't it risky? What if your passion doesn't pay well?
That's the paradox. The advice is, set your financial intention clearly, but then let go of desperately needing the money from the passion. Focus instead on pursuing the passion wholeheartedly, offering the absolute best value you can through it. Trust that the universe or the market will reward that genuine passion and value.
Like the Miracle Club story, where focusing on how to make money stalled everything.
Precisely. When they obsessed over monetizing their community project, nothing happened. But the moment they shifted their focus to, how can we make the biggest positive difference using our unique skills and passion? Boom. Funding appeared, resources materialized, the vision took off, the energy shifted from needy to purposeful.
So passion first, trust the process. Day 17 is about actually finding that passion or heart's desire if you're unsure. Shifting from how to wow.
Yes. Getting clear on what genuinely makes you feel alive and joyful automatically raises your vibration. The exercise here is finding your immediate heart's desire.
How does that one work? Sounds intriguing.
You start by brainstorming a long list, 101 things you want to be, do, or have. Big things, small things, experiences, qualities, just get it all down.
101 things. Okay. Then what?
Then you do a rapid-fire knockout tournament. You take the first 2 items on your list and ask yourself, if I could only have one right now, which would it be? Choose instantly. The winner goes against the next item on the list. Repeat, repeat, repeat. Always choosing quickly between 2 options.
Until only one item remains.
Until only one winner is left standing. That's your current top heart's desire.
And the speed is key again, to bypass the logical brain.
Absolutely crucial. If you stop to think, your sensible brain will interfere. Oh, that's impractical. I should want this instead.
Right.
The quick choice accesses the heart's true, immediate longing. The source mentions the author being surprised when losing weight came out top, but reframing it as a deeper desire for self-respect.
In the case study of KB, the interior designer.
Yeah, her number one desire turned out to be a camper van, seemingly random. But once she acknowledged that passion, that desire for freedom and adventure, it instantly clarified her next step. She realized she just needed to make one phone call to secure a flexible, fulfilling job with her favorite charity, a job that would easily allow her to afford and use the camper van.
Wow. So identifying what the heart's desire unlocked the how almost immediately because the means were already available once her focus was clear and passionate.
Exactly. Alignment with passion clarifies the path.
Sure.
Okay, we're nearing the end of the 21 days. This final stretch is about integrating everything and building sustainable habits. Day 18 introduces the FAB principle:
FAB. What does that stand for?
focus, action, and belief. It's a simple formula to keep you on track. Maintain focus on what's truly important, your vision, your priorities. Take consistent action towards your goals, and sustain the belief in yourself and the possibility of achieving them.
And the emphasis is really on action, isn't it? Visualization alone isn't enough.
Not nearly enough.
Yeah.
The program uses the analogy of an athlete. You can visualize winning gold all day long, but if you don't actually get out there and train, take the action, it's just a daydream. Action grounds the intention in reality.
So this means consistently taking those steps we identified, auditing finances, clearing clutter, maybe asking for that promotion, updating your CV.
Yes, and sticking to those top 3 daily priorities that move the needle. It's also about consciously pushing your comfort zone.
How so? What about people following their passion but still struggling, like the classic starving artist?
The program suggests that's often a sign they're stopping short. They're doing the passion part, but shying away from the necessary, perhaps uncomfortable actions needed to expand their reach or value, like marketing themselves, asking for fair compensation, networking. You have to be willing to do the scary stuff to grow your capacity for wealth.
Push through the fear of success itself. Okay, day 19 circles back to self-worth, specifically about receiving.
Yes, you attract what you believe you deserve. The more you genuinely value yourself, the more value you naturally offer, and, crucially, the more open you become to receiving value, including money in return.
There's a story about someone named Sharon realizing she was the bottleneck.
Yeah, a powerful moment of self-awareness. She had this insight. It's me. I'm the only thing standing in the way of my success. Owning that completely allowed her to seek help, coaching, remove her internal barriers, and almost immediately, lucrative opportunities started flowing to her business. The block was internal.
And a practical way to practice receiving is accepting compliments.
It sounds small, but it's significant. So many of us deflect compliments. This old thing. We push away positive energy. The program advises practicing accepting them graciously with a simple, confident, thank you. Let the positive energy land.
And if you can practice receiving positive words, you're training yourself to receive money and abundance just as graciously without apology or discomfort.
Exactly. Build that receiving muscle.
Day 20 talks about staying on track, honoring your truth. What's the main trap here?
The trap is focusing on your current, perhaps unwanted reality, the job you hate, the lack of funds, instead of keeping your focus firmly on the desired reality you're creating. Ignoring your heart's true desires, your inner knowing, eventually leads to problems.
Like getting sick or being made redundant?
Often, yes. The source suggests illness or unexpected job loss can sometimes be your body or the universe basically shouting, wake up, you're not on the right path. Debbie's story is a clear example.
What happened with Debbie?
She was chronically overworked, stressed, physically ill, hated her job, but felt trapped financially. The turning point came when she finally admitted her truth to her husband that she was blocking her own happiness by staying put. That acknowledgement freed up energy, she reconnected with her passion for writing, and shortly after negotiated a generous leaving package of $75,000.
Wow, the universe supported her once she aligned with her truth. Day 20 also mentions mirror magnets. What are those?
This is about seeing people in your life, especially negative or complaining ones, not just as annoyances, but as reflections, mirrors of parts of yourself you haven't acknowledged or healed yet. Remember, like attracts like.
So if I'm constantly irritated by a friend who complains about money,
It might be reflecting your own unacknowledged fears or scarcity thoughts about money.
yeah,
The idea is, as you genuinely shift your internal energy to abundance and positivity, those mirror people will either change their tune around you, naturally drift away, or their negativity simply won't affect you anymore. You've changed the dynamic.
fascinating. Okay, finally, day 21. Pulling it all together into lifelong habits for being a money magnet. What are the key takeaways?
A few crucial ones. First, choose to be happy. It's a conscious decision, something you practice daily, smiling more, finding moments for playfulness. Second, mix with other money magnets. Surround yourself with positive, abundant thinkers. You energetically become like the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Makes sense. Energy is contagious. And the big one.
The absolute non-negotiable. Practice gratitude. Daily. Consistently.
Why is gratitude so powerful? According to the source, it mentions the heart math system.
Yes, it cites research showing that while simple relaxation might not change the heart's chaotic electromagnetic field much, consciously generating feelings of gratitude instantly creates a smooth, coherent, harmonious rhythm.
So gratitude literally changes your body's energy field, making you more coherent and attractive energetically.
That's the implication. It physiologically shifts you into a state of coherence and receptivity. The recommendation is simple. End each day by writing down at least 5 specific things you're grateful for in a journal.
5 things every night.
Okay.
And the program ends with a checklist summary.
Yeah, just reinforcing the core habits. Loving and respecting yourself above all. Having that clear vision. Celebrating all riches, big and small. Being generous. Clearing physical and mental clutter. Taking 100% responsibility. Maintaining daily focus with the FAB principle. And ensuring balance between work and play.
What a journey. From understanding thoughts as energy to deep diving into subconscious blocks, clearing clutter, finding passion, and embedding these habits, it really covers a lot of ground.
It's definitely comprehensive. It shows that becoming a money magnet isn't usually a single magic bullet, but more of a process, a path with different stages of awareness and action. A winding road, often.
And the core message running through it all seems to come back to that connection.
Yes. The source uses the beautiful metaphor of the human being as the bridge between heaven, potential, spirit, and earth, manifestation, physical reality. And the heart, our feeling center, our truth, is the connecting point. Staying true to your heart keeps you connected to that flow of abundance.
So for everyone listening, you were born, according to this framework, to live an abundant life. You have this unique power within you. You've now heard about the systems FAB, be-do have, and the underlying secret, which really boils down to self-worth and alignment.
Which leaves one final, perhaps challenging thought for you to consider.
What is the single, maybe scariest, most out-of-your-comfort zone action you could take, maybe even today, to demonstrate to yourself and the universe that you are ready to step into being that magnificent magnet you were born to be?
Because remember that core premise we started with. The money, the abundance, it's already there. The only thing preventing you from being rich is you.